Hi everyone, I'm back again sharing my yam recipe / sweet potato. Now I'm going to be using two types of yams. This one is called the Japanese yam. I keep my skin on with my recipe, so the reason why you see little blotches is because if there was any type of imperfection, I just cut it off. So I'm going to be using the Japanese yam and then the orange yam that you can get in a regular grocery store. With this one, I don't see it in the regular grocery stores. I have to go to the Asian markets and get these, but I really like these over the orange ones. All right, so what I do is I've already started to cut up. So I just cut them. And these are going to be done on the stovetop. They're not going to be baked. When I started doing this recipe, I found it to be better than when I baked them. And they're not too thick either. Okay? Not too thick. I'm using this type of knife because, as you know, with yams, they're hard. All right, almost down here. I'll cut this one out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, what I usually do, is once I've cut this, I usually cut it in half. Easier to cook when I do it like this. All right, so since I have most of them cut and ready, what I do is that I put them in the sink in a bowl and I let them sit in water just so I could clean off anything that may be left. All right, done. All right, so what I'm going to be using with this recipe, I'm going to use a stick of butter, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla extract, and Karo syrup, and brown sugar, dark brown sugar. Now, with the Karo syrup, it also has the vanilla flavor in it, this clear one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt these down, and then I'll see you at the stovetop. All right, so we're at the stovetop. I'm melting a stick of butter, and then I'm going to add in my mixture of brown sugar. I put a cup of brown sugar, a cup of the Karo syrup, and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of the nutmeg, and that's the mixture that I'm going to be putting in when the butter is all melted down. It looks like it's melted down now. Now we'll go ahead and we'll add the brown sugar, Karo syrup, cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla extract. We'll add those. I'll bring them to a boil. I'm going to bring them to a boil. Going to get thicker. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait till this gets a little bit thicker, and then I'll go ahead and I'll add the yams. All right, as you see, it's starting to bubble. Everything is smooth. Like the sugar is dissolved. So now I'm going to add the yams. And I used 3 of the Japanese white yams, and I used 3 of the orange yams. This is how many we got. This much I got right here. Now, I'm just going to mix them in the pot, because once this is done, once I've mixed everything equally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the pot, and then once it's covered, you check on it. You know, you want to start to, you're going to notice that it's starting to boil down, things are starting to soften, and you want to taste it. So if there's not enough sugar, you can add brown sugar. It will melt. If you feel that there's not enough vanilla, you can add vanilla. If you feel that there's not enough cinnamon or nutmeg, you can also add that. It's to taste. You know how you like your yams to taste. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cover it, and I will be back with it when it has boiled down and started to soften. Alright, now it's starting to boil down. As you can see, everything looks caramelized. They're starting to break apart too. It's thick. And make sure you taste it to make sure it has enough sugar and it has enough vanilla, cinnamon, and nutmeg. It's to taste. So this will be done in about 10 minutes, and I'll show you the finished recipe. Alright, this is the finished recipe with the white yams and the orange yams. I'm going to turn the stove off. Remember, I kept it on low heat. It's not too thick. It's just right. So they're done. Everything is soft and ready to go. So if you've came this far in the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember, I appreciate you. See you next time.